Welcome to Plains Farm. Today I'm walking my childhood streets, reminiscing about the good old days and chatting with the people who still call this place home. We're getting an exclusive look inside Plains Farm Club, grabbing a bite to eat at the local shops and finishing up with a mooch around Silky Lake. It's a trip down memory lane in one of Sunderland's most iconic estates. Stick around, this one's personal. Who would have thought that Farah would have a retail park? Check that out. What we got around here, we've got Dixon's, we've got a Greg's, B&M and a Costa. Not like the biggest of retail parks you'll ever see on the planet, but a retail park nonetheless. And I know what you're all gonna say, this isn't Farah Retail Park. People will say it's like Northmoor or whatever, or they might even say it Plainsies or Thorny Close, but let's be honest, this retail park belongs to Farah. It's Farah Macaday's, it's Farah Retail Park. But wouldn't mind a Costa, to be fair. Like, grab a coffee before we get this adventure underway. So aye, let's grab a coffee, shall we? If it's open, that is. It is very early. We'll set off nice and early today. Oh, it is open from 6 o'clock. Is that right? Wow. Let's check this out. Guess we're pulling the door. Oh, quite a big one as well, like. Morning. You alright? Am I okay filming?
Yeah, of course.
I can keep it on me if you want.
No, it's alright.
It's alright. I'm just after a coffee to check out, like.
Just a coffee?
Just a white coffee.
White coffee, yeah.
Right. Yeah, thank you very much. How long's this been open now? How long's it been open?
Since the middle of December now.
Aye. Doing well?
It's going alright ever since Big & M opened. It's been really busy.
Yeah, aye, that's it. Like, everyone will be flocking to B&M coming here for the coffees. The cakes, they look appetising, but it's far too early for a cake, like.
So you know you used to work with our manager in Asda?
Who was your manager?
Joanne Hall.
Joanne Hall, that does ring a bell. How long ago was that? Was that a while back?
About 2 years ago now, I think.
What department did you work on?
I think it was like she did night shifts.
Ah, see, I'm like a delivery driver, so I wouldn't. The name does ring a bell. Like, I probably recognise her face.
Yeah, she says she knows you.
No, oh, thank you very much.
No bother.
Appreciate it. What's your name anyway?
Hallie.
I'm Danny. Nice to meet you. You are?
Kate.
Danny, nice to meet you.
Hiya. You look confused.
Hey, thank you very much. Have a nice day. There we can. Coffee sorted. Lovely girls in there as well. Costa coffee. I'm not gonna lie, I'm normally a cheap guy. Mackie Day's coffee would normally do me. We're moving on up in leagues today. Costa time, let's give this a go. Not bad at all. Very nice indeed, exactly what I need. Get yourselves down to Costa, show them some love. I might even pop into Dixon's at one point, you know, and grab like a Savoy dip or something. But B&M right on the doorstep. Who would have thought it? What is the plan for today? That is the question. And the truth is, I haven't really got one. I'm just kind of gonna wing today, see what happens. You've probably all seen on Facebook now that someone a few days ago bent my car out. Didn't know why, didn't know if it was aimed at me, didn't know if it was random, but they bent my car out. So I no longer have any transport. So we're staying kind of local today, I reckon. But I think I'm just gonna head towards Plains Farm, the area where I grew up, and just give you a little tour around Plainsy. It kind of makes sense in a way because today pretty much marks 1 year since I decided to go all in on social media. It was kind of like last April. Since then I've posted on Facebook and TikTok and that every single day, and I've put a YouTube video out every single week, and it's led us to this very moment where I'm now able to drop hours at work. I'm now part-time, 2 days a week at work, which is absolutely insane, and it's all because of you out there watching these videos. So honestly, appreciate you all, man, from the bottom of my heart. I couldn't have done this without you, so thank you so much. But let's go and explore Plainsy, and then we might even end up at Silky Lake. We'll see how the day goes. We've got that entire day to ourselves today. I'm not really pushed for time, so I'm just going to take it nice and slow and just have a nice little stroll. But Barramaki days, I remember as a young'un, I can't remember how old I was, must have been like 10 or something. I remember when that first got built, and I was out of the moon. I couldn't believe there was going to be a McDonald's on our doorstep. But back then, Mackie days was like, it was kind of like a treat, you know. You didn't go very often. It would be like for birthday parties or something, you'd go to McDonald's. Now it's just like an everyday occurrence, an everyday thing. It's like, what do you fancy for tea? I'll just have a McDonald's. But aye, times have changed. Times have changed. A lot of this up here has changed. Like, this used to be all flats. Can't remember what they were called. I don't know if it was just North Moor flats, but obviously they got demolished a long time ago. And I've got no idea what they're building now. This is just a massive building site. But you can kind of see like where these concrete slabs are. That's where all the flats used to be. Used to be quite a few of them, and I think there was a few up this end as well. But they got demolished when I was just about them, and just vaguely remember them. But anyone got any idea what's getting built around here now? It's just a massive construction site. And then obviously in the background there we've got the old police station as well, which is probably due to be demolished. Yeah, I think they've already knocked half of it down. Because they've got the fire station now, I think the police is like inside the same building as the fire station. But I would love to get inside that police station and check that out, like that abandoned building. But I mean, probably not the brightest idea with being right next door to the new police station. Because where this construction site is now, this used to just be a massive open field where we used to play football and that when us were young'uns. It's quite sad to see them get rid of that grassy land, but I'm intrigued to see what they're going to build here. Have you been watching?
I was watching.
What's your name?
My name's Derek.
Nice to meet you, mate. I'm Danny.
I know who you are. I watch you all the time.
But how long have you lived in Far?
1953.
Wow, long time ago. So was this all like pits and that?
Oh, this was a quarry, right? It's a Silksworth pit. I mean, there was no there. These were the old lines, because I mean, there used to be the line. Well, that's been defunct since the 30s, I think, that line.
Aye.
You know, because that one come, well, you know, but they may have come from South Etton.
Were these
one down behind the pit?
These used to be train lines?
Oh, aye, this is all mineral lines. Well, I'll tell you, right, at Hetton, this was Hetton pit line. They should have gone down, sorry,
oh, yeah, right, man.
down to the Snapping Drops, I think, or somewhere like that, with the trains years ago, before my time, mate. But they used to, in my time, they used to come to here, because it was a big land sale.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, but there wasn't engines, it was on pulleys.
Pulley trains?
Right. What used to happen was, you get into it, because you'll really enjoy this, from Hetton Pit. Apparently, where Hetton Pit was, you know,
yeah,
we only had one place where because what used to happen was, the full trucks going down to the ship, you know, on the river,
yeah,
used to pull the empty ones back.
Ah.
You get what I'm saying? So this was all pulleys.
Oh, wow.
And apparently there was only one place beside the pit at Hetton where it was a flat field, where they used to have like a little puff engine, you know what I mean, to drag the trucks, because they were only in threes. The trucks was only in threes or fours, I can't remember. And but that's what used to happen.
Wow.
The only place that have a steam engine, because it was flat, where they couldn't get the gradient.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get interested.
That's mad, that. I'm going to have to do some research on that. But how long ago was it? When did they get rid of all that?
Oh, well, I was only a boy. You know what I mean? Because the land sale was there till, I would say, mid-60s.
Yeah.
And that's what, do you know what a land sale is? It's when the trucks used to come down and load it, like, it's where people used to, coal wagons, because everybody had coal fires then. And they used to, that's where they used to go for the coal and the coke. Anyway, more so coal, not coke. And they used to buy it there to fill the wagons up to disperse to the people, you know, buying it on the streets.
It's hard to imagine it, like.
Oh, I mean, down here was all pig farms down here.
Really?
Did you not know that?
Well, no, I didn't know that.
Just a bit, as soon as you went on the old that way, peddling all that's the old line, went down there a bit, because the old stream used to go down, because there was a pit pond there, pit pond called the Acre.
Right.
When I was young, deep, really deep. There's some big fish in it, pike. And because the stream came, well, the stream's still here, but it's underground now. But I went down to the piggeries, past the piggeries, Yeah, it was
I would never have imagined that.
Aye.
Not in a million years.
Yeah, it was pig grease.
Aye. See, I'm a 90s kid, like,
Aye, aye.
so I'm still fairly young.
How old are you?
36 now.
Oh, yeah, my boy's 50.
Aye.
You
But,
don't know what the final school.
I appreciate the history lesson.
Huh? Oh, honestly, it was all sorts down here. It was really good.
Aye.
Like I say, the pig grease was there. And,
Well, today I'm going to have a little mooch through Plainsy. That's where I grew up. Grew up
aye.
down Plainsy, so...
Oh, I always I've been watching you from day one, so that's a big dog, isn't it?
Yeah.
God,
Oh, well, lovely to meet you, man.
Oh, you too. So
Appreciate
you watch what you do.
Appreciate your time.
Aye. You're
Cheers,
welcome.
man. Look after yourself.
Aye, if you want a cup of tea anytime you want, but
I will do. See you later. Now there's a history lesson for you. I knew this used to be like a colliery, like way back in the day, but it's really hard to imagine, you know, when you grew up in the 90s and that. Like, this has always been the ski slope for me. It's always been like this, so it's kind of hard to imagine back then with like trains and that running through here. Morning.
Morning.
But I spent a lot of time up there, but we'll touch on Silky Lake a little bit later on. I'm going to head into the heart of Plainsy for now. Welcome to Plains Farm. This is my home right here. Now, I know I'm a Farrell lad now, but Plainsy, I've got Plainsy blood running through my veins, man. I grew up down here, spent most of my life down here with like some of my best mates and that as well. I know I kind of touched on Plains Farm last year. It was one of the first places that I got out and vlogged, actually, but it wasn't a proper full-on YouTube video. Like, I didn't feel like I gave Plainsy the justice it deserved. It was literally just a couple of reels for Facebook and TikTok, that's all it was. So you're getting the full-on Plainsy treatment today. I'm going to show you the whole thing. But with us living in Plainsy, and we spent a lot of time on Silky Lake, rather than walk all the way up here along to the lake, what we would do is we would just like choose a random house around here and we'd just like hop through the gardens and hop over the fences, and we'd get chased all the time off the people, like. I tell you, everyone around here hated us, like, as one of us for bounce. So I grew up here in the 90s, and even since then a lot has changed, so you can just imagine how much has changed over like 50, 60, even 70 years. But this house here, this used to be a shop. Used to be like a little shop. We called it the bottom shop, and then you had the shops up the top next to the little, it was called the top shops. Well, that's what we called them anyway. We used to play footy here though, on this little patch, and that them sort of doors there, that would be the goal. That's where we'd play football. Mad times. But wow, that is a lot of flags for a house. Don't think I've ever seen a house with that many flags. Wow. Got Sunderland flags, England flags, Great Britain flags. I love that, like, awesome. But this is the street where Danny Vlogs evolved from. But my best mates, Dan and Mick Bradford, they lived in this house here. And I lived like literally just across the road, so we'd like talk to each other from our top windows before like mobile phones and stuff. But we would play footy in the street, and everyone used to hate us because we'd smash all the fences with the footy. I just want to like take a second and look back and just remember all those childhood memories, you know. Quite mad. We're going to head across here onto Palmuir Road now, and then I think we'll kind of snake down through some of the squares. Gav Wilkinson, Jamie and Anthony, was it? I think there was 3 of them, so a big shout out to them, especially Gav. I used to know about with Gav when I was little, and he still watches me videos today. It's nice to see people who I grew up with still watching me stuff and enjoying it. So I appreciate it, lads, honestly, I really do. There's quite a few people from back in the day who I grew up with when I first started making videos that actually deleted us off Instagram, which is quite mad. But I mean, if they didn't enjoy my stuff, then fair enough, you know. But it's a shame to see people delete you, know. I'm not going to name and shame people, but it's kind of like the people you grew up with, and they just delete you off Instagram, like delete you out of their life, sort of thing. I mean, didn't really speak to them in person or not, but maybe they just didn't like my videos, who knows. But for you lot that are out there who I grew up with and you're sticking around, appreciate you all, man. the last time I was down here making a video in the squares, I said it was a little bit rough and I got loads of stick for it online, but to be honest, it's not that bad, you know. It was a lot worse when we were younger. It was pretty rough back then, but doesn't look too bad around here now, to be fair. Like, looks fairly nice, clean and tidy, and that houses are like well presented. Doesn't look bad at all. Now I know a lot of yous watching this video probably haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, unless you grew up with us, or unless you grew up around Plainsy and that. But this video is a little bit different. It's not going to be like my usual getting out and exploring new places and stuff. This is just kind of me reminiscing on my childhood and just kind of taking us around where I grew up, you know. It's kind of like a 1-year milestone for me, this video. So think of it as like celebrating 1 year of creating content. That's what this video is all about. Back in the day, we used to call ourselves the PTS, I think it was, Plainsy Twock Squad. And then I think they changed it to PMB, Plainsy Mad Bastards. That's what they called us back then. Crazy times. And you used to have the PMB versus, I can't remember what the Farah called themselves, but Plainsy and Farah used to have riots and they'd fight on the field next to McDonald's. Crazy times. Used to call them the riots. You'd very rarely see any fights, so to be honest. It just used to be people chasing each other backwards and forwards until the police came, and then you just run away from the police. The things we used to do as kids for fun, man. But aye, that's kind of the bottom end of Plainsy. Gonna head up towards Plainsy shops now, up through the top of Plainsy, and then back down onto Silky later. Now I spent a lot of my childhood up here, sitting on this wall, eating kebabs. This is where the kebab addiction began, if you like. Golden Fry's been around for years, that. But we'd get a souvlaki from here. I think back then they were about £3. I think they're about £8 or something now. Souvlaki from Golden Fry. I'd sit on the wall and eat it. Sometimes even share it out because they were massive. And back then, if you had a souvlaki, you were the boy, you were like. But what else we got around here now? We've got Magic Fades. That used to be a newsagent, and they used to have like a hairdressers in the back. We've got Roll With It, which I might pop in. I might grab some and eat for you, you know. That used to be a fruit and veg shop, I think, back in the day. China Walk. That used to be the bakers, and you used to get like all your mix-ups and stuff from here. That was like a top baker, that was. Buy Right. That used to be Geordie Allen's way back in the day, which was kind of like another newsagent shop, a little boozer. And we've got Mammoose now. That used to be the Butchers, and it was the best butchers in the land, I swear to God.
What was vlogging?
Yeah.
What was vlogging?
Plainsy today.
What this area?
I grew up around here.
Did you?
I grew up in Plainsy, Perth Road, so just kind of reminiscing on my childhood a little bit.
But Ballymore stuff.
What, sorry?
Like Ballymore kind of stuff.
Kind of, aye.
Like not
Not as bad as him though. He can't around antagonising people and that, doesn't he? I'm like the kind of version. Yeah. But what's your name today?
Steven.
Nice to meet you. I'm Danny.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Josh.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, mate.
Cheers. Have a good day.
Good
See you later. We're getting compared to Billy Moore. I'm sure Billy Moore's a lovely bloke, you know. Never met him. But he always gets into like fights and that, doesn't he, with people? Well, not fights, but like arguments and that. I try and avoid all that sort of stuff. Across the road here as well, we got Lidl now. That used to be the Prospect years ago, and the one thing I always remember from the Prospect is the smell. As soon as you walked in, it just smelled of pickled onions and beer and cigarettes. And it was a proper distinct smell, like. Alright, roll with it. Let's check it out. Quite a lot on the menu, like. Where to start though? What do we get? I recognise your face from somewhere.
I used to live next to you.
Ah, yeah. I think we know a Jade, yeah.
Yes, well, I was with Jade, his sister was a teacher.
Aye.
But, yeah.
But I fancy something to eat, I don't know what. What would you recommend?
Breakfast tonight.
Breakfast?
Like breakfast, yeah.
Like a full English or something?
Yeah, full English.
I don't know. That for a full English breakfast, yeah.
No. Would you like everything on?
What, sorry?
Would you like everything on?
Ah, just put it all on, yeah. How long's this been open now then?
Oh, It's been about 2.5 years.
That long.
It's been a while.
Everything's changed around here since I was a down, like.
I don't know, like, all these different bananas.
I think there's only the chippy now, that's the only one that's
All that from Tony Shops been there quite a while, hasn't it?
I remember even before then, when it was Geordie Allen's and that, when I was a down. Spot on. Thank you very much, nice seeing you again.
You too, bye.
Cheers, see you later. There we go, let's sit down and have our bit. I reckon we'll just sit on this wall here and reminisce on the good times. Alright, let me show you what we've getting from Roll With It in Plainsy. I believe there's one of these in Grangetown as well, a Roll With It. We've gone for the full English breakfast. Look at that, we've got eggs, we've got the dreaded black pudding, we've got mushrooms, eggs, beans, tomatoes, we've got some sausages under there, and hash browns. We've got some bacon under there as well somewhere, I think. But I kind of like how they've separated the beans and the tomatoes into little separate compartments. Let's get some of this toast out of the way first of all. That's exactly how I like my toast. Golden brown, medium rare. Nice dippy yolk as well. Get the toast into that bad boy. I barely ate anything yesterday. I just wasn't, knowing you're just not feeling right after like what had happened. I just couldn't eat. So I'm absolutely starving today. I bet if there's anyone watching this video from Plainsy who grew up around here back in the day, I bet sitting on this wall watching me eat food is bringing back loads of memories. Back in the day, this wall would just be full of bands, us all sitting on this wall enjoying ourselves, eating the scran, just having a good time, you know. We've got 3 sausages in here. Look at them. They look cooked really nicely. Oh, now that is a good sausage. That's beautiful. Nice and soft. Loads of flavour in that. We've got the mushrooms in here. Not a massive fan of mushrooms, but these are sliced really thinly, which I didn't mind. Let's give them a go. Not bad at all, them, you know. I didn't mind when they're nice and thin like that. It's when they're big and chunky, I can't eat them. We've got a hash brown under here. Nice golden crispy hash brown. Let's give this a go. Oh, that's a beauty, that is. Get that in the beans. What else we got hidden under here? Let's get this egg out the way. There it is. The bacon. Oh, look at that bacon medallion. That looks cooked really well as well. Exactly how I like it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm out of the moon with this breakfast. I think it was only $6.50 as well, which isn't a bad price at all, considering how much you get. And last and certainly least, we got the black pudding. I've tried this twice so far and I've not enjoyed it. See if the 3rd time's a charm, eh? You know what it is? It's a really weird taste. It's kind of like, it's got like a meaty taste, but then there's like a weird aftertaste. People say it depends on how it's cooked, the black pudding, whether it's nice or not. To be fair, that's not a bad black pudding. Better than the last couple I've tried. But still, it's just a bit too weird for me, I reckon. Black pudding. But overall, this breakfast is a banger, highly recommended. And obviously, we couldn't leave without a dessert. We've gone for the classic school cake. And half my icing's come off. It's stuck to the lid. There it is. I'm gonna have to scrape that off the lid in a sec, but I want to dive in first with this. Nice and spongy, really soft. Let's give it a go. Oh. Now that takes you right back to your childhood, that does. Right back to Plainsy school. School cake and custard, you could not beat it. That's really good. Might be the softest school cake I've ever had, that. So spongy. Nostalgia right there. So if you haven't tried it yet, roll with it in Plainsy. Highly recommend. Get yourselves down. That hit the spot, I tell you. But we've got to keep moving. We've got ourselves a monster to wash it all down. But I want to head a little bit further into Plainsy now, and then back along Silky Lake. So let's go. We are on Scruton Avenue right now, up the top there, but I want to head a bit further down this way. I think I went up that way last time when I came down Plainsy. We'll head down this way now. There's actually a boxing gym up the top of there as well. I don't know if that's still open. Plainsy boxing gym. Used to go in there as bands. I wasn't massively into boxing back then, but we used to go in there occasionally just to get off the streets a bit, you know, have a bit of fun. I think it was only like 50 pence a session or something back then. It was well cheap. But is that still open? Plainsy Boxing Club. But a lot of me old schoolmates and that lived around Plainsy, you know. Obviously I went to Plainsy school, then went on to Sandalview after that. When I first started in Sandalview, it was the old Sandalview, where it was literally just dropping a bit like the entire school. I was only in there for a year and then they built a new one. But apparently it was built on a swamp and it would sink like a couple of inches each year or something. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That was the rumour back then. But there's the boxing club. Still got the sign up like, but it doesn't look like it's open. Now that's a canny view, innit? All the way down to the bottom of Plainsy, you got Gillylaw Flats off in the distance. We've got the ski slope as well off on the left. I wonder what used to be here before this roundabout, because imagine this bank right here, all the way from the top all the way down to the bottom. Imagine in the snow, that would have been like the best hill you could ever sledge down in your life. We actually used to bomb down here on skateboards from the top end of this bank here and fly all the way down the bottom. Skateboards, bikes, whatever we could get our hands on. Now this is a flashback right here. I used to walk along this main road every morning for school, and I remember when I was really young, might be in like nursery or something, my mum would walk us along here. She'd hold my hand while I'd be walking along the wall, and when there's bricks missing like this, where all the bricks are missing, my mum used to say the brick monster has ate the bricks. I also remember that. I bet my ma's tearing up right now watching this. The memories of the brick monster. And here's one for Dan and Mick, if you're watching this. They were my best mates growing up and we used to always walk to school together. The house across the road here with the drive, we used to call him Batman. Because every morning we'd walk past, he'd have a different car on his drive, and it was as if like the drive had like flipped over and like changed cars like Batman. So can you just remember Batman, lads? And there's the steps to Plainsy School that I used to walk up every single morning. And now here we are, 30 years later. I wonder if there's any teachers in there that still used to teach back in the day. What teachers can I remember? I remember Mr. Kent was always my favourite. What a legend. I remember Mrs. Bulmer. I think that's pretty much it, you know. Can't remember a lot of teachers from primary school. Anyone watching this went to Plainsy School? Who was your favourite teacher? And then across the road here we've got Plainsy Club, where probably most people around here spend the days now after the prospect closed. Didn't think it'll be open this time though. Worth a check though. Be interesting if we were to look inside. Oh, are we open? Let's see if we can go look in. See if anyone will give us a little tour. Lindsay Club for yous. Hello? Can't see anyone around. There's the main function room. Hello mate, you alright? Is there an owner or someone in?
Kevin.
Someone messaged us from the club. It was like sometime last year. They said I could pop in and like have a look around. I'm making like a YouTube video.
Alright, I know about that yourself, but there's work going on, so
I don't know if you want to give us a little tour. Just like kind of show us around and that. And not that like loads of your time, like maybe 5 minutes of your time.
Right. I'll take you around, then you can just have a look around yourself if you want.
Aye, not a problem.
So, this is called the concert room. This is like the main room, but then there's usually kids' parties in our area on weekends and stuff.
Aye.
We also have funerals and things like that. But today's the darts league.
Aye, that's why. Hence all the dartboards.
So that goes on every Tuesday. So and through here.
See, I grew up in Plainsy. I've only ever been in here a handful of times, like.
Oh, it's getting better. And through here we've now rented this out. This is now boxing club.
Ah.
Lakeside Boxing Club.
So is the boxing club not up at the top now?
No, it's here.
I've seen this kid on the
YouTube.
vlog. He was calling Plains Farm where I live. Like,
Well, I grew up with you with Stan.
call us now Plains Farm.
So now,
That's
there's
class.
a boxing gym in here.
It's mad, 'cause I've just been up the top end of Plainsy then I was saying I wonder if it's still open. But this is where it's been moved to.
This is the bar, the main bar.
How long's Plainsy Club been around now?
1960s, I think it was open.
Wow.
Obviously, up here.
I didn't realise it was this big inside, like, to be fair.
At the back, we've got a car wash business.
Right, out the back I say.
Yeah, then Tony's Tyres is the tyre business. Then the steward used to live in the house next door, but he's gone because he lives somewhere else now. So we've actually rented that to a family from Plains Farm. Up here there's a lounge in there, but I haven't got the key. There's a lounge in there,
Yeah.
and there's a
The pool
it's
room.
been made into a pool room. But we've just put this wall up and done this
Aye.
because this used to be where the boxing gym is.
There you are, boss.
Can you, like? So are you from Plainsy here?
Hi.
All your life?
Yeah, my son. How old are you?
36.
Oh, he's older than you. I played him all my life.
What's it changed much over the time, Plainsy?
Oh, not really, you know.
I was speaking to a fella up near the lake, he was saying that used to be like train lines and stuff up there.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
Years ago. The train used to run, you know the bonds?
Aye.
There was a tunnel there.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Aye, because I went through there not long ago and they've got the statue of the train, haven't they, just across the road.
But the Bonds car park, there's a tunnel went under there and come up the other side for the mine, the coal to go down. You should come up and you should go along past the club and there, and then the quarry.
They used to scan all the way down like the river and that for the
Yes.
boats and stuff.
Go, like I said, where the thing is, gone there, then behind the shops at the Bonds, there's a tunnel. And then we should go through there and then come up the other end, and then you should go on to where Edenvale, down to the docks.
Aye. So what was it like? Do you know where the ski slope and that is? What was all up there?
Pit,
A pit
Silksworth Colliery.
for like a coal pit.
Huh?
A coal, like the coal mines and that.
Yeah?
Aye.
Alright.
It's hard to imagine, like.
Oh, it's, well, I've got loads of old photographs, but I've got in up here of.
Yeah.
If you look on them round there, you'll see that the old photographs on the wall.
Aye.
The old trams and all. You wouldn't remember the trams either, would you?
I know. I've seen the trams in Beamish and that.
Aye.
But I imagine it's changed loads, like. So is this all Plains Farm? No, can it be?
No, it's not Plains Farm. It's solar in general, you know.
Yeah.
Half of this used to be the lounge. This, before that was put up, we had a big lounge where you've just been, right the way through. That was a big lounge. And then the boxing club came from Lakeside, and we've given them the snooker room, which was downstairs.
Yeah.
And then fits the snooker cage up here. So the boxing club's got that room.
So do you still have the snooker tables now, or is it just the pool?
We took them away. Nobody wants them. Couldn't get them away.
Really?
Couldn't get them away.
Wow.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
I wonder if it still gets like really busy in here. Place is massive. I didn't realise how big this place is. Loads of different rooms. Oh wow, you got to say this. So we've just been seeing back there where the roundabout and that was, what it must have looked like. And here's a picture of it here. So I think, if I've got my bearings right, was this where the roundabout is? I didn't know. But that kind of looks like where the ski slope is now. You got like all the mines and stuff. Completely different to what it is today. Well, there we have it. Plainsy Club. Who would have guessed it? I cannot believe how much work's going on in there. The place looks awesome. Like, I absolutely love it. I should probably get myself down here and have like a reunion with the lads. But it's kind of like, it's nice to see a place like this thriving. Been around forever, this. But hats off for them for letting us in to have a look around. Really appreciate it. And get yourselves down to Plainsy Club and have yourself a cheeky pint. Alright, let's keep moving. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tempted to have a look in here. Let's go in and have a look here. I really want to look around some allotments. I've been wanting to have a look around them for ages. And with the gate being open like that, just kind of inviting you in, you know what I mean? Let's have a look, see if there's anyone in here waiting chatty. I would love to get a look at like someone's pigeons or something like. But don't know where to go from here. Ah, it's locked. Got a fence up and it's all locked, I think. Padlock on there. We're not getting in there. What with the fence? It's a shame. I would love to see it. I mean, we've got pigeons and that up there. It's a shame there's no one about though. It's a chatty. I didn't just want to go and wandering onto someone's allotment, you know what I mean? I'm not going to intrude. If anyone's got an allotment, drop us a message. I'd love to come up and have a look, especially if you've got like pigeons and that. It'd be awesome if I can hold a pigeon. Let them loose, let them fly and watch them come back. That'd be so sick. We have found another way in to the allotments. The gate was open, so let's have a wander, see if we can find anyone. I've seen pigeons flying about, so there must be someone here somewhere. Oh, look, little pigeon on top of there. It's kind of like a little shanty town, isn't it? Like something you'd see in Brazil. That's what it reminds us of. Quite a mad location this though, isn't it? This is like right up my street for someone to explore this. But obviously I didn't want to start breaking locks off of people's doors, you know. I just wish there was someone here that would maybe just give us a little tour or walk us around, or just to show us the allotments. But it doesn't look like it's to be. What's your names anyway?
Drew Gamble. Jack. Jack.
These are class day scooters, like.
Yeah.
Where you've been on them?
All over really.
All over.
Newcastle today.
Newcastle? You haven't been through Newcastle.
We have.
Didn't believe a word. How fast are they going, like?
Like 30.
Wow. At least you got your helmet on, except for you, where's your helmet?
I lost it.
In your bag.
No.
He's got his helmet in his bag. Safety first.
Are you alright there?
Yeah, like.
Aye.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
Finley Patton.
Hopman Whaleys. Alright, nice meeting you anyway.
Can you put mine?
I will, I'll pop your whaley on. Cheers man.
Can you tag us? SR2 Finley.
If I can remember. See you later. You see them electric scooters and their electric motorbikes and that flying all over the place now. The motorbikes you gotta look out for, the electric ones. They're going so quick you didn't even hear them until they like zoom past you. But quite dangerous like. But I feel like electric scooters should be legal, you know. I think a lot more people would just go into work and stuff on a scooter if they were allowed. But then I think you're allowed on them. I think the police and that take them off you, which is a shame. So I wouldn't mind a little scooter myself. But it's the electric motorbikes they should be going after. I mean, the bands are just out having fun, you know. We all did it when we were youngins. Alright, so we're gonna have a little wander around Silky Lake. I know it's not exactly plainsy, but I spent a lot of my childhood up here amongst the trees and around the lake, and it's a nice little place to walk, you know, especially on a day like this where the sun is absolutely beaming. I've had to take my coat off, it's red hot like. I can feel the summer creeping in and I absolutely love it. There we are, Silky Lake, what a beauty. Couple of youngins fishing here as well. See if they've caught out. Is that right? Oh yeah. You caught much? Nah. I bet it's a lot harder to catch fish in a lake than it is in the sea. Or maybe I'm just saying that because when I tried fishing for the first time ever down Rook, I caught a mackerel like instantly. But I can imagine you'd be sitting up here for hours and hours and you might not catch out in these lakes. Might be wrong. Don't know, I'm not like a expert fisherman by any means.
Johnny lad.
Yes, lad, is that right? Yeah. Been up here all day? Well,
no, about an hour.
No, I don't know.
Oh. About later when she gets the brands.
What do you catch, like carp?
Aye, carp mate, aye.
Big ones? Oh.
Got it about 24 pound in here.
How big's that? Wow, that big?
Aye, if you watch them, Danny, mate, you'll see them on the surface. Like loads of black shapes, you can see them.
Oh.
The eye trail, there's been loads of coming across here.
Is that what the corner that's for, like?
Aye, just baiting up. That's for tomorrow morning, that.
Oh
well. School for 2 weeks, I'm trying to get an hour with the afternoon.
Oh well, nice meeting you anyway, mate.
Aye, cheers, mate. See you in a bit, Danny, mate.
See you later, mate.
Alright, done.
See you in a bit. I think it's the most fishermen I've ever seen down here. Like I say, they normally flock up to the top lake and that now, which is mad because you've got all these little platforms for the fishermen and stuff. So you'd expect them to be down here, but you normally see them up the top end and that now.
Alright.
Yeah, alright. Someone shouting. Hello! Someone across the lake there on his bike.
Danny, can I get a picture?
Are we? Aye.
Can I please get a picture?
Yeah, of course. Oh, where's all yours come from? He's been up on the bike thing.
Yeah. Skate park.
There used to be like a dirt track up there, you know, all for the bikes and stuff years ago, before they built the skate park and that.
For you.
Knees off on that. Lays off there now, like.
Beach in it, yeah.
Right up there.
Come on, beach.
At least you've all got helmets on.
Aye, I know.
Safety first, eh?
I've just had a flash. Holding me pants.
Aye. Oh well, look after yourselves, lads.
Hiya.
Cheers, mate.
See you later.
Cheers.
See you.
See you later, lad. See you in a bit. Look at that lake, man. What a beauty. Wow. You know what it is? Everyone's so nice, you know. Everyone's so friendly around here. Like, I remember, I think it was like last year, beginning of last year when I first started like vlogging around Sunderland, I was really nervous, really worried about what people would think and stuff. And I remember coming around Silky Lake because it was quiet. It was like a quiet morning, there wasn't many people about. And I was just practicing, talking to the camera, making like a little video. And I only sent that video to like me and mates like John, Mark and Dale. They were the only people that seen that video. Because I was just so worried to put it out there. In case like what people going to think. This random lad just walking around Silky Lake talking on camera. So it took us ages to build my nerves up, you know, to put my first video out there. But I'm glad I did, like, I'm glad I did, because I absolutely love it. This was always a little drinking spot for us when us were youngins. You can see a few people still have the same idea, as a few cans and that lying around. But you would sit on this bench And this is all overgrown now, but before these trees were here, you could see right the way across the Plainsy. Awesome view. I think we want to follow this path into the trees. See where this leads us. If I can follow this through, it should tackle us up towards Silky ski slope and that. And we'll have a look up there. If we didn't get lost amongst this. I remember one of my earlier videos, I came mooching through all of this. But we used to spend a lot of time up here in these trees when I was younger, setting fires and stuff. Probably not the brightest of ideas as young'uns, setting fires in the trees. But that's what we used to do. Build dens and that up here as well. Quite spiky as well, some of them. Loads of nettles and loads of thorns. Yeah. Can't really find a clear pathway down. But look at this entire trees came out of the road. Looks kind of fresh that as well, might have been from the storm over there. What's been going on here? Looks like someone's been building some sort of shelter, but it's collapsed. The size of this opening. What's happened here, like? What are all the logs? Speaking of fires, looks like someone's had the same idea. Had a fire down here. It's a dog over there staring us out. Hey, hey. Feral. What's the matter? What's the matter? Where's your owner? That dog doesn't like us. Keep moving. Well gone back, dog. Whoa. Here. Well, that was terrifying. You alright? I mean, the dog was probably as scared as I was, to be fair. He's thinking, what's this idiot digging, wandering in the woods? My heart is racing right now, not gonna lie. That was terrifying. Let's get out of them woods before we get eaten alive by a doggo. Oh, but there's the ski slope in operation as well. Good to see it in use. And we've got AstroTurf. I used to play footy up here all the time when us were bands. While we're up here, we might as well have a look in here. The ski slope centre, or the Sunderland Snow Sports Centre, as it's called on the sign now. I grew up in Plains Farm, so I'm like local. I live around here. I've lived around here all my life. But I've never actually used the ski slope.
Have you not?
I've been on it like when they used to do the sledging and that years ago, like on our sledges and stuff, but I've never actually skied.
Oh, we'll have to get you a lessons meeting.
Well, I've been saying for years that I want to like learn to ski. I remember years ago when I was a band, they used to hold like events and stuff up here all the time in the summer.
We've got clubs that use it, Sunderland Harriers. They use the track 3 times a week. We've got Horton Harriers that use it once a week. And then obviously you can use it recreationally. It's $4.99 for adult and $2.50 for a child to use it for an hour.
Yeah.
So that's our track. All nice and relayed.
And then obviously we've got the AstroTurf and that as well.
Yeah, we've got the football pitches.
So I remember when there used to be a play park next to the ski slope here.
Yeah, I do. Well.
And I remember the dirt track.
Yeah,
the BMX
track.
track.
The BMX track, yeah, of course.
I must have only been about 6 or something.
My uncle actually built the ski slope.
He built it? Wow.
Because it's man-made, the ski slope. So my uncle built it. He was one of them that worked on it.
Aye, because this is where all the pits and that were, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So under the AstroTurf, there's actually told us they'd filled it in, but they left a house still underneath.
A house?
They didn't demolish it. They didn't take anything out of it. All they did was fill around it.
Oh, wow.
So under their AstroTurf, years and years and years down the line, somebody decided to dig that up.
I'd love to dig that up and see what that's like.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay to get on the skate park?
No, the skate park's that's still under council. So that's more in our red line. But obviously we will still do accidents down there where,
Yeah.
you know, we've got carted them. But yeah, that's the football pitches, and
That's not AstroTurf now, is it?
it's 4G.
4G pitches, yeah.
Yeah, it's just been crumbed, because that's why it looks really black today.
Uh-huh.
We've just been and crumbed it this morning. That'll all sink in eventually.
Yeah.
But we'll have half camps on the holidays for the kids, and it's free. They get a bottle of water, a pack of crisps and a cereal bar. And they go free till 5 o'clock. So that's certain days of the holidays. And then obviously we've got clubs on as well on the other side.
So do you know when you do the skiing, if you hire skiing out, do you get all the equipment and that with it?
Your equipment, you get your skis, your boots and your helmets included. You just have to come dressed in long sleeves, long trousers and gloves.
Right.
But yeah, everything's included with it.
And how many lessons do you reckon it would take someone to like?
We normally say on average 4 to 5, but just down to ability, because not everybody learns at the same speed.
Yeah.
Some people learn a couple.
Yeah. You'll never guess what. I've only just went and booked myself in for a skiing lesson. I'm coming back in a few days to learn how to ski. I'm quite nervous, you know, I'm quite scared. But I've been wanting to learn for years. I keep saying it every year. My New Year's resolution's gonna be to learn to ski, and it never happens. So I guess we're finally learning to ski. There we can. This is the second lake up Silky. Another beauty of a lake, to be fair, like quite a size as well. So it's a nice walk if you come like from far. You come round this lake, you can round the bottom lake and do like a full loop. It's a lush walk around here, especially in the nice weather like this. But again, up here, absolutely packed full of fishermen. Not just the bottom lake, that's full, this one as well. This is what happens when a bit of sun comes out, everyone gets out and enjoys herself. Nice to see, you know. Well, I think this is the ideal spot to end this video. I've pretty much done an entire full loop of Plainsy and Silky Lake now, so I think I'm going to end it here. So I hope you have all enjoyed this video. I'm actually glad that I got out of the house now instead of just sitting around depressed. I just kind of forced myself out of bed this morning and I just wanted to get out and make a video, so I hope it's been a worthy one. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making it. I've had a proper cracking day today, to be fair. Proper lifted my spirits and I'm feeling a bit more positive now, so I thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Peace.